So anyway, so that's what's going on. So I talked to my kids last night, and they're just like, I don't know. I've seen this coming. I've been, he's been in hospice for 3 months. So
doesn't make it any easier.
no, I think it's not like a you know what I mean? And I see, I know it's me. And he's God. So, trust in the Lord.
Next stop 99th Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
I also, my grandmother agreed. My dad told me that. He said that when she was in the nursing home, she would put on me. She would like hold on to that.
Now approaching 99th Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
She passed it that night. Yeah. Yeah. My grandmother had a great, amazing memory because he was after 10 minutes and he was excited because he just got his driver's license and he was on his way home with my grandmother and he died instead of getting an accident. He went infarcted. So I was told that's just so amazing. He passed and parked himself and ran up and went home. It's amazing.
Watch your step while exiting at 99th Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
Life and everything.
He didn't know. I mean, obviously. Oh, and I got another story. This friend, one of my husband's friends, my friend from church, he came over and we sat outside. Well, even though it was windy, it was still nice. We sat outside and talked to him. And he goes, oh, I got a story. He said, so my dad was in surgery and he flatlined. And so I said, Dad, what happened? He got up and what happened? And he said, I was looking at my body. I was floating and I was looking at my body and I said, those nurses better get on the better do their work.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Better get on that.
Yeah, good. I thought that was hilarious. Those nurses better get on that. I don't care about that. He does. I was ready for this like spiritual experience and stuff. Those nurses better get. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, Doug, you are so funny. But it was a true experience. It was not very.
Next stop 95th Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
Everybody's afraid to die. We were afraid to die. We weren't afraid of the fall. And so, it's scary for all of us. But I tell you, as I said, when you pray that, your spirit is alive and it moves. And it moves. And so, we are in your days. And so, those nurses better get on it.
Now approaching 95th Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
A Marvel movie called Doctor Strange. And the guy at one point is able to astral project his spirit out of his body while keeping his body alive.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I remember I used to read the comic books when I was a teenager.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read
Like
it.
junior high.
Oh, okay. I never read the comic book. I just saw the movie.
Yeah.
But it was funny because in the movie he's doing that to fight off another person who's astral projected trying to get him, and the person who's
Watch your step while exiting at 95th Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
is keeping an eye on his body. She's treating him and all this stuff, and she can't see him because it's all kind of in a weird different realm or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could see her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my god, he's flatlining. So she grabs the paddles and goes, and he gets an electric surge spiritually that sets the other guy flying.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally opens a door, pops in a little mini door and goes, hit me again. She's like, what the fuck? She freaks out.
Yeah.
She's like, what? He's like, or no, he's doing something else. And he pops in, he's like, I would never do that. And she's like, oh my god, what the heck?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we're looking at I gotta go, by the way. Disappears back to the door. I think I can pull up a quick clip of it.
Yeah. I had a story, Father mentioned last week. There's this one, he was a saint. His name is Patrick Hill, and he was an Italian Franciscan. Okay. And he was Franciscan monk.
approaching 91st Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
so many gifts of the Holy Spirit where he could like allocate and do all these different things.
Okay.
And so,
I'm listening. I'm just searching.
oh, okay. So, there was an American pilot, and he was told that, he also, by the Holy Spirit, could prophesy and say things like he knew this, like parents of or as my son said, yes, he knew all these things. And he knew in the past, and he just had all this wisdom from the Lord. And he said, our town will never be.
Watch your step while exiting at 91st Street, Beverly Flagstaff.
And his commission was to bomb the town
Okay.
and Italy. And he said he was going over the town, and all of a sudden this man appears right in front of him in the capital and says, "Do not bomb the town." And so he didn't. So afterwards he goes to Mass and he sees Padre Pio, who was in the capital, and he sees him at Mass, doing Mass, and he sees that this is the man that told him not to bomb the town. And he said, and Padre Pio turned around and gave him a wink.
Wow.
Padre Pio, amazing apology, and he said, God did for him. Amazing. And he was persecuted. It seems like everybody, so many of these really people get persecuted.
Yeah, and I think the sad reason is that people are.
Well, the devil doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Next stop, Brainerd Flagstaff.
Our fear of the unknown, and instead of seeing it as a lesson.
A lot is jealousy.
It is partially that. I also think it's partially because they don't fully understand it or don't want to understand it. And so they have some target.
Yeah. But I mean, even with Jesus says that there were some that were jealous of him because everybody thought of Jesus.
Yeah.
And they weren't listening to the other.
Now approaching Brainerd Flagstaff.
It's when you can't control it. That plays a factor.
I mean, it's a lesson for all of us. Everything's a lesson for us. It's but for the grace of God we believe. And so when we see that things are good or bad, like my dear little Renee, I saw a lady's husband, and she's a bit older than you.
And then you go, thanks.
I'm better than you. I know.
Oh, I know.
I know who I am. I'm thankful. I pray all the time. Father Mike, we had appreciation dinner for teaching, and so he said, I'm really thankful.
Watch your step while exiting at Brainerd Flagstaff.
Working with the kids. To me, it's a gift. And so he goes, I'm really thankful. I said, well, pray for strength. Because I do want to keep doing it. And I'm older, so I get tired. But I love it. He goes, okay, I will. I'm like, good.
So this is what I was talking about. Because it's kind of like a long scene, so I'll just play the clips that I talk about. So she's like working on him.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. He's all bloody.
Pops through. She's like, what the heck?
Yeah, that would be scary.
I'd be screaming at the door. I'd be like, nope.
I used to, like when I was little, I used to be scared of things, but the Lord, it's like He gives you this peace. It's like you're not, He takes a lot of fear away. So, that's why Jesus always says, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. And like and I think one of the scariest things in my life is the fear of the unknown.
Next stop, Gresham.
You reminded me of the present. You know what I mean?
You don't know what's going to be a good thing, a bad thing.
Where it just, we can make it worse in our mind. And what really helped me is the trauma.